4:35. Thank you all for being here. We don't have any minutes to approve, but we do have a quorum. We have one member missing who I couldn't track down. There is one claim to approve. So the former administration and director were nice enough to clear the books and clear everything, but there was one remaining bill for $2,872.62 from HWC Engineering. So if there would be a motion and a second to adopt and pay that claim, I would appreciate it. Great. Is there a second?
Second that.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Wonderful. Thank you for doing that, board members. We will bring in HWC at a future meeting, I'm thinking next month, to do a larger presentation on what the former administration called the trades district, which was immediately at 465 and Pendleton Pike. So they'll do a broader explanation of what they did and that work. Next, Mr. Chairman, I would suggest we move, no old business, I suggest we would move to election of officers and the president. And I would encourage one of the board members to make a motion and name a president.
I can make a motion. I move that we nominate Jarrell Blakely for president.
There's a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, we have a new president. Jarrell, congratulations. Now the meeting is yours to run.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm really excited about this opportunity to serve Lawrence. We have a great board here, and we are going to make this city all that it can be.
Awesome.
So let's now move on to the election of a vice president.
Yes.
Do we have any nominations?
Elias Sanchez James, yes.
Yeah. I move that we nominate. I move to nominate Elias Sanchez James as vice president.
I second that. I want to do a roll call.
Just to vote.
A vote. So all in favor of Ms. Sanchez, say aye.
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 All nays.
Wonderful. Yay, Elliot.
Yeah, Ellie. Let's now move on to election of a secretary. Do we have any nominations for the position of secretary?
I move to nominate Mari Swain as secretary.
Do we have any seconds?
I second.
All right. All in favor of Ms. Swain for being secretary for this organization, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Looks like the ayes have it. Congratulations, Secretary. All right. Now we are going to have next order of business, an engagement of a executive director.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Keith Johnson. The mayor has been referring to me as her economic development director. So I am not a city employee. I have a company called Post Road Development. So this would be a contract with me to serve as your executive director. Play that role. Oh, hello, Mayor. So it's such a privilege to be back. I worked here a decade ago and was redevelopment director, planning and zoning director, briefly served as city controller. So it's a pleasure to be back. And many of the projects that were on the city's plate are still there. Redeveloping Pendleton Pike is an incredible challenge. And we talked over the phone, but one of the commission's main tools is to buy and hold property and to try to find a larger redevelopment and use. And there's a few prominent examples, Meyer Plastics being one of them. What's going on right now with at the corner of 465 and Pendleton Pike, it was an old hotel, and one of the first acts a decade ago when I was here was to buy that property and to demolish it. And then the city purchased the two surrounding properties, and now that's led to the new Fragee development. So it may take some time, plant some seeds, but buying and holding property is one of the main tools. I emailed you the statutes that detail all the powers, but the summary is that the Redevelopment Commission can buy and hold property, can incentivize businesses in the district, and can support any infrastructure, city infrastructure, roads, underground, the storm, sewer system. And that is the main tool for redevelopment and for incentivizing growth and new use. So you have the two maps in your allocation area, and then we have a team here today, and so they're old friends and colleagues. My first job in the city of Lawrence was as deputy trustee to the then township trustee Russell Brown, who is a zoning attorney by trade, and so very excited to bring and present Russell to you next. And also, I was interim controller, and I hired a real controller to replace me, and his name was Oscar Gutierrez. He later went on to become the first city controller for the city of Fishers, and is now a municipal financial advisor and consults on redevelopment matters for municipalities across Indiana. So that's the team, and very excited to get to work for you guys. So thank you for consideration of my contract today and naming me as executive director.
Great. So we're really excited about voting on your position. Are there any questions for Mr. Johnson? Seeing that there's none, I would like a motion to engage Mr. Johnson as our organization's executive director. Any motions? Any seconds?
Second.
Let's do any ayes on the consideration of Mr. Johnson as executive director. Please show your hands.
Aye.
Any nays? Looks like the ayes have it.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
We're now going to move forward with engagement of council. We have Mr. Russell Brown. Is Mr. Russell Brown here?
Yeah, thank you. So Russell is with Clark Quinn. They are one of our city and area's leading planning and zoning law firms. And so Russell has a unique expertise working in zoning matters. He's been involved in a lot of redevelopment projects in Lawrence already. And he worked for the city when I was last here and helped us with our cell tower. So great pleasure to bring Russell forward.
Good afternoon. For the record, Russell Brown. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Clark Quinn, 320 North Meridian Street, Suite 1100 in Indianapolis. Also, I'm a Fort Bend resident. If you could hit up a golf ball a long way, you could hit my house from here with a nice drive. So as Keith mentioned, I'm a partner at Clark Quinn. My primary practice is real estate work. I do zoning and acquisition work throughout the state, also licensed in the state of Kentucky. I do zoning work there. I have, through that, picked up a handful of redevelopment commissions as clients across the state of Indiana. Some mostly in third class and towns, so this would be the first, second class city, but have worked with them doing a variety of things. Have worked extensively doing residential housing projects, which is relatively new in the state of Indiana, that a TIF can, or a Redevelopment Commission can participate in a TIF project for through the Redevelopment Commission. So I've assisted about 3 cities in the creation of residential TIFs and working through that formation and the necessary projects. I serve as general counsel for a small towns redevelopment commission, so do kind of all of the tools, participate in all the needs of that commission. I am not a bond lawyer, so I'll say that. As if and when we get to bond issuance for the Redevelopment Commission, we will have to engage separate bond counsel. But that is not something I am, nor that I ever aspire to be. So I'm happy to hand that off to those folks who do that with regularity. And I know the administration has a number of folks who are willing to assist in that way. So I'm excited. I'm always excited to have a client that I can walk to. That's a great fun for me. As a matter, I also serve currently as the president of the Fort Harrison Reuse Authority Board. So I sit in that seat once a month as well. But I think that brings a unique perspective of what's going on in the city and will allow me, along with Keith and Oscar, to have kind of a holistic approach of what's going on in redevelopment opportunities throughout the city. So happy to answer questions, but otherwise appreciate the opportunity to work with all of you.
Great. Any questions for Mr. Brown? Seeing that there's none, do we have a motion for the appointment of Russell Brown as counsel for the Lawrence Redevelopment Commission?
So moved.
Do we have any seconds?
Second.
All right, let's vote. Any ayes for Mr. Brown's consideration? Please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Look like the ayes have it. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Next up, Bondry to serve as the financial advisor. And I met Oscar when he was working at DFAS. So Oscar is still active, and one more month, he says. So I bring to you Bondre and Oscar Gutierrez.
Thank you. How are you, sir?
Doing well, Mr. President. For the record, Oscar Gutierrez, Boundary Consulting, Registered Municipal Advisors. Our company is headquartered in Carmel, Indiana. We are the sole minority and veteran-owned municipal advisory firm that is registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, as well as the Municipal Securities Regulatory Board. What we do is we try to facilitate anything regarding TIF issuances. So when you have certain developments that may be looking for incentives, we will be doing those calculations. In addition to those services, we did provide a timetable as part of your packet that has several dates of statutory reports that have to be compiled by this commission, and we'll be compiling those on your behalf. The first report will be due on April 15. You should have two timetables, one that is quite simple to read, kind of just quick, reports due, and then one that has all the information that is required. We'll compile that on your behalf, and it will be submitted by the city's controller to the state. With that said, I'm available to you guys, so I know that tax increment financing can be a difficult thing, that a lot of misconceptions about what it is and what isn't. So for a TIF one-on-one session, I'm happy to make myself available so you have full understanding on what you're going to be voting on in the future. With that, I'll entertain any questions you may have.
I don't have any. Thank you. I would like to, do we vote? Is there a motion for Mr. Gutierrez to be the financial advisor for the Lawrence Redevelopment Commission?
I move.
Any seconds?
Second.
Let's move to a vote. All in favor of Mr. Gutierrez being the financial advisor for the Lawrence Redevelopment Commission, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Looks like the ayes have it. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Next thing we had to do today was the adoption of a schedule and meeting. So thank you guys for making yourself available today. We'll move to the fourth Thursday a month, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas, unfortunately, run right into there. So I went ahead and made the third Thursday of the month in November and December, and hopefully that works. We can play it by ear for everyone. But we need to adopt the meeting schedule, and we'll post it on the website in the front door, and then we're covered for public notice of our meetings.
Okay. We have the document in front of us. Is there any motion to adopt the schedule of regular meetings for 2024?
So moved.
Any seconds?
Second.
Let's move to a vote. All in favor of the document in front of us regarding adopting the schedule of regular meetings for 2024, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Looks like the ayes have it. We have our calendar.
Awesome. Thank you for squeezing this meeting in. Next meeting, we'll have a little more time and not be as rushed.
Can I ask our illustrious mayor to say a few words? Would love to have our esteemed mayor, Deborah Whitfield, to say a few words to us and to the community.
Well, good afternoon, board members. Thank you for your commitment, Chair. I think this administration is looking forward to what we can do in the city to redevelop, have a master plan, and as you know, my vision is uniting the neighborhoods and bringing more redevelopment, retail to the city. And your investment into this, we're really appreciative, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And as far as the consultants, I appreciate your opportunity to connect with us and move the work that we want to do for the city forward. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Whitfield. All right, so I move any other business to come before the commission? All right, do we have any motions for an adjournment? All right, any seconds?
Second.
All in favor of adjournment?
Thank you all.
I think we're all there. Thank you.